Okay, welcome. If you have a hearing loss, you've come to the right place. This is the Hearing Well Club, Laguna Woods Village, and my name is Tony Berrient. And before we get started, I want to make sure that we have we do a microphone check and that everybody can hear. And we also have captions. Oh, it'd be nice for people that will be helpful for. So if you can't hear me, you can watch the captions. I want you to know that our sponsor for all of our meetings is Captioncall. Good idea. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Captioncall is a captioning telephone for people with hearing loss. They will be here next month, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But they actually pay Laura Callahan, who is a court reporter, trained to do captions. She's here in the room, and she's listening to everything I say, and she's keyboarding over there. And it comes up right there. So thank you, Laura. Thank you, Captioncall. Oops. This is what the phone looks like. You pick it up, and the captions for what your caller says shows up on the screen. What's required to have this phone is you need to have a professional certification form signed, and I have those here today if you're interested. You also need to have internet and a landline phone. Am I talking too loud?
No, there's no internet.
There is no internet. In order to use this phone, you need to have the internet at home for the Captioncall phone. Yes. And you need a landline phone. Now, a landline phone, a landline can be Magic Jack, Vonage, Uma, AT&T. Those are all considered landline phones. It's part of a federal program, so you do not pay for the captioning service, and you do not pay for the phone. And if you order one, a trainer will come to your house and set it up for you and show you how to use the phone. So that'll be part of next month's program, so you can get more. I want to tell you a little bit about T-coil and loops. We have a hearing loop in this room. How many people are hearing this terminology, hearing loop, for the first time? So one, two. Okay. So a hearing loop is actually a copper wire that is around the room. And when there is one, there will be a sign like this posted outside, which there is. And so you know that when you come into the room, you can get into the loop. So the next question is, how do you get into the loop? And exactly what is the loop? Take a look at that picture there, and you see that there's a wire around the room, or copper line. That's an induction loop. And it's connected to an amplifier, which is connected to the microphone. So it's all connected. So everything that goes through the microphone travels to the loop, and then seamlessly, wirelessly, magically, it goes right to your hearing aids. Your hearing aids need to be telecoil equipped. Okay. So that little on the coin there, that's about the size of a telecoil. And there you see behind the ear hearing aid with an invisible case, and you can see the telecoil is in the hearing aid. 80% of hearing aids that are manufactured have a telecoil, but you may not be aware of it. So the way to find out is to go back to your hearing aid provider and ask them if you have a T-coil. And if you do, ask them to activate it and show you how to turn it on and off. So there's a brochure, it's in the back, it's called Get in the Loop. I suggest you take this brochure to your audiologist so that it'll help you explain why you're there, and ask them to activate your telecoil. Then, when you have that activated, you come back into this room, and when you sit down, you put on your T-coil program, which is part of your hearing aids. You don't wear anything. The sound just goes through your programmed hearing aids. You look like you're trying to see if you have one now. There's two ways to have T-coil program. There's automatic and there's manual. Automatic does not work in a hearing loop. You have to have a manual setting, and all that means is that when you're ready to listen and be in the loop, you turn it on. So please pick one of these up so you can learn more about it. There is a thing called a loop listener, and we usually have some, but our loop listener guy didn't show up, so we don't have any right now. A loop listener is just a device you can wear with headset that can pick up the loop. And that's for people who don't have hearing aids or have hearing aids and don't have telecoil. So this is another brochure, flyer actually, that is in the back. And you can pick this up and it explains what a hearing loop is and what a telecoil, so it's just more information for you. For Laguna Woods residents, we have a flyer that you can pick up in the back that shows you what is available in each and every clubhouse. So every clubhouse has some type of assistive devices or a hearing loop. And I've got some really, really good news to share with you. About a week ago, the Personal Computer Club Learning Center was looped. Thank you. I heard from many of you that you don't take classes in the PC Club because you can't hear. So now there's no excuse. You can sit anywhere in the room, and anywhere in the room, when you're on the T, when you're on your T-coil, you'll be able to hear the instructor perfectly. I cannot vouch for people talking too fast. If that's an issue, you just have to tell the instructor to slow down. But you should be able to understand that. So how many people attend meetings in Clubhouse 7 in the big meeting room? You go for meetings there? If you belong to the PC Club, they have their meetings there. That room is going to be looped next week. Yay! So I'm so excited about that because I'm the membership chair for the PC Club, in addition to being the president here. And I really not enjoyed going to meetings because even if I'm sitting up front, I don't quite get everything. So now, with the loop going in, I'll be able to hear every word. So I'll have to update my list. So I've got that on my calendar to do that at the end of this week. Okay. These are the signs that you'll see around the village. The one that has the T in the lower right-hand corner, that means there's a hearing loop. The FM means that you have to borrow a box from the, in this case, the theater here. You go to the ticket office and you borrow a receiver and a headset to use for the listening devices in the theater. And this other sign can be found in different places. So right now, hearing loop is installed not only in this room, it's in the board room, the GRF boardroom. It's in Clubhouse 2 in the big room. It's in the towers, in their activity room. And let's see, what am I missing? There's so many of them now. So anyway, more and more and more, we're going to be looped. Okay. There is a list in the back. It's actually black and white. It's not orange. And this has a listing of all the loop installations in Los Angeles and Orange County and San Diego. So right here in Laguna Woods, Geneva Presbyterian Church is looped. The Lutheran Church is looped. The Presbyterian Church in Mission Viejo is looped. And we're working on St. Nicholas. And if anybody would like to see St. Nicholas get looped, get together with me, because we need to get some numbers. We need to get people behind and requesting it, because they're a little resistant to having that discussion. So, yes, so if you would like to have a loop installed anywhere, I'd also like to see a loop installed at the Laguna Beach Playhouse. Anybody go there for entertainment? Okay, and I've heard it's really hard to hear if you have a hearing loss, so that would be a great place to have a loop. But I can't do it by myself. I would go with you and talk to them and help them raise money and explain what they need to do to get in the loop. And they'd have a lot more customers. So we could get it done together. Okay, so here's some announcements. Membership. Okay, we're still doing membership, $15 a year per household. And Paul takes it back there. When you're a member, you get a name tag, and you get a yellow dot on it. So if you see somebody with a yellow dot, they paid their dues this year. So we are recording all of our meetings. And Brian Volunteer is my cameraman, and he's recording now. And so hopefully by the end of the week, this video will be up on YouTube. And you see here, this is a picture of the Hearing Well Club website. And you can't see it very well. Let me see if I could point my finger. See where it says videos? If you click on videos, that'll take you to the videos. In January, the program we had was the Consumer's Guide to Purchasing Hearing Aids. That's usually the largest attended meeting, and that information is on YouTube. So, this is a form that's in the back on the table. This is a communication form. If you have questions you'd like to ask of me, or if there's information you would like to get, this is the best way to communicate, is to fill this out. There's plenty of pencils on the welcome desk, and pick up one of these forms and just fill it out, and I'll call you back in the next couple of days. So, if there's ideas for programs that you're interested in, I really want to hear about that. Okay. California Telephone Access has been providing phones for people with hearing loss for many, many, many years. I have been hosting classes. They've been offering iPhone and Android smartphone classes. We have classes coming up February, and we don't have any scheduled after that. I've had some cancellations for the February 20th class, and I have some openings for the February 21st class. So if you're interested, I have a couple of forms you can fill out. Just indicate your interest, and I will try to fit you into the best class and time. Here's a sign-up sheet here. If you're not interested, just pass it on. By now, we've held so many classes. We've been doing 2 classes a month since September, and they've been very successful. The class size is limited to about 6 people, There is one trainer for every 2 people. You have to be a senior with a hearing loss. And it's very, very basic, but it's you won't get rushed through it, and it's an excellent class. So whether you have an iPhone or an Android. George, did you have a question? Yeah. So February 20th is here in Laguna Woods, and February 21st, classes are being held at the Norman Murray Center in Mission Viejo. But if you just sign up on there, I will contact you in the next day or 2, and we'll get you all the instructions that you need. The classes are free. You just need to bring your fully charged phone to the classroom. Okay? All right. Okay. Hearing loss is a leading public health issue by age 80, 75 to 80% of the population has some level of hearing loss. Does that make you feel better? I mean, you're just one of the numbers. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just you fit right into that category. Hearing loss is a daily challenge that you can't overcome, and coming to these meetings will certainly help. And hearing loss is in the top 3 of major health conditions that include heart conditions and arthritis. So, you're not alone. Okay. Okay, so now